Hello everyone. Today I'll be telling you the story of the movie Hitman. Enjoy the recap.
How about dying with a little dignity?
The movie begins in London, where Inspector Mike Scott returns home to a sight that nearly stops his heart. Sitting in his living room, gun in hand, is none other than the infamous assassin, Agent 47. Surprisingly, instead of opening fire, 47 calmly gestures to a chair, instructing Mike to sit. Then he asks a chilling question. How does a good man decide when to kill? Before Mike can process the gravity of the situation, the story rewinds 3 months earlier to a lawless region known as Shantytown. This territory is under the control of a secretive group called the Organization, an underground syndicate that specializes in manufacturing the world's most lethal assassins. We are taken inside a heavily guarded compound where a group of ruthless bandits drags a bound man into a dimly lit building. Their leader wastes no time as he raises a machete and severs the captive's arm. Strangely, the victim does not scream, only gurgles. When they rip the gag from his mouth, the reason becomes horrifyingly clear. His voice has been altered because something has been forced down his throat. Before anyone can react, an explosion rips through the building. The captive was a walking bomb, and the mastermind behind this gruesome trap is none other than Agent 47 himself. Meanwhile, Interpol agents Mike Scott and his partner, Jenkins, have been tracking 47 for months. Their pursuit leads them to the African outpost, but by the time they arrive, the assassin has already vanished, leaving nothing but carnage behind. The hunt continues as they follow his trail to St. Petersburg, Russia. Upon arriving in Russia, 47 checks into a hotel, but this is no ordinary stay. He meticulously prepares for any threats by hiding weapons in an ice machine, scattering ball bearings near his door, rigging a pressure bomb to the entrance, and tying an escape rope to the balcony. Once his setup is complete, a coded message arrives with his next target, Russian President Mikhail Belikov. Belikov has made powerful enemies with his recent political engagements, and now he has a target on his back. The orders are clear. This must be a public assassination, a spectacle for the world to witness. The execution is planned for a high-profile political rally. On the day of the event, as Belikov steps forward to address the media, 47 is already in position. With ice-cold precision, he pulls the trigger. A single shot rings out, and the president crumples to the ground. Chaos immediately erupts as security scrambles to save the president, but 47 quickly disassembles his sniper rifle, places it in a suitcase, and detonates it, ensuring no trace of his presence is left behind. With the mission seemingly accomplished, 47 vanishes into the shadows. But this is far from over. Unknown to him, the game he's playing has only just begun. As he heads to the train station, ready to slip away unnoticed, a last-minute message changes everything. He is told that there's a witness, a loose end. It was a girl and her name is Nika Baranina. 47 is expected to track her down and take her out. So, he proceeds and with directions handed to him, he tracks her down, spotting her just as she's about to step into a car. He raises his gun, but then something unexpected happens. Nika turns and meets his gaze. And for the first time, 47 hesitates. In that split second, a bullet whizzes past him, striking a bystander. Another assassin has been sent to take him out. 47 narrowly dodges the next bullet and then disappears. But now he knows the truth that he's no longer just the hunter but he's now the hunted. Around that same time, Interpol agents Mike and Jenkins have tracked him to St. Petersburg, where they team up with Russian intelligence to bring him down. They know he's behind the attempted assassination of Russian President Belikov, and now, they have him cornered. The building he's hiding in is surrounded and there's nowhere left to run. Inside his hideout, 47 is confused. He knows for a fact that he landed a clean headshot on Belikov. So how is he still alive? The agency remains tight-lipped about their client, and 47 has had enough. If they've set him up, he swears he'll take every last one of them down. But just as the police begin closing in, his phone rings. The voice on the other end was one of the agents from the agency and she delivers shocking news. It was Belikov himself who ordered the hit. Before 47 can process this revelation, his alarm sensors go off. Someone is right outside his door. So he acts fast. The pressure bomb he set earlier detonates just as he leaps off the balcony, swinging into the apartment below. The explosion sends debris flying, giving him the cover he needs. He rushes down the hallway, retrieves his 2 guns hidden in an ice maker, and gears up for battle. Now armed and ready, 47 bursts into action. Bullets rain as he takes on the police waiting for him. He forces open an elevator shaft, climbs on top, and takes out the officers inside. But just as he's making his way down the corridor, Mike spots him. He had him at gunpoint as he ordered 47 to freeze. But in a stroke of luck, a cleaning lady steps between them. 47 takes the opportunity. He dashes into a nearby room, barely dodging bullets shot at him. Without hesitating, he leaps off the balcony and plunges into the river below. And just like that, against all odds, he's escaped once again. Back at the scene, the explosion has left 47's hideout in ruins. The Interpol and Russian intelligence scour the remains, searching for any clues. But tensions rise as Russian intelligence, led by Yuri Marklov, makes it clear they don't want Interpol involved. And something about Yuri rubs Mike the wrong way. He can't shake the feeling that the man is hiding something. In the meantime, 47 wastes no time. He ditches his wet clothes and slips into a store to buy a new outfit. He also picks up a bouquet of flowers, using them as a disguise as he goes to Nika's apartment. The moment she opens the door, he grabs her and drags her outside. Before she can scream, 47 tosses her into the trunk of his car and speeds away. He takes Nika to an abandoned hotel and questions her inside the empty room. When she refuses to cooperate, he pulls out his gun and presses it to her forehead. But just as he's about to pull the trigger, something catches his eye, a tattoo on her face, which was quite similar to his own. In that instant, he realizes what was happening. They were both set up. They were both meant to be eliminated. So, he lowers his gun as he is convinced that killing her isn't the solution. The only way out now is to go deeper into Russia and find an escape route from there. But Mike is one step ahead. Anticipating 47's next move, he's already waiting at the train station. However, 47, who is always prepared, disguises himself as a train driver and walks right past the officers undetected. But his escape wasn't done yet as another trained assassin, just like him, spots him and starts tailing 47. Soon, Mike and Jenkins pick up the trail too. And the chase begins once more. Soon realizing he's being followed, 47 leaps over a railing and vanishes into the underground tunnels. But his pursuer doesn't give up and soon, a brutal fight breaks out and although the assassin is strong, 47 is stronger. Within seconds, he gains the upper hand and knocks his opponent out cold. Just as he's about to finish him off, he notices something in the shadows. He turns toward a stationary train. There he finds 3 more assassins who step out, with their guns drawn. A tense standoff follows however, in a silent agreement, all 4 men drop their guns and the real fight begins. Swords are drawn, and chaos erupts. Though outnumbered, 47's skill is unmatched. One by one, he takes them down, using their own weapons against them. Having taken 2 of the men out, he is ambushed by the 3rd assassin. But 47 quickly counters with a double kick, sending the attacker flying through the glass window. The fight continues outside, and 47's relentless assault finally overpowers his opponent. He grabs his belt, using it to choke the assassin to death. With all 3 assassins eliminated, 47 returns to the first one and finishes the job, ensuring there were no loose ends. Just then, Jenkins arrives at the scene, but 47 reacts instantly and takes him hostage. When Mike sees his partner in danger, he has no choice but to negotiate for Jenkins' release. Desperate, Mike pleads for his partner's life and even asks 47 to take him instead. Then, seizing the opportunity, 47 shoots Mike in the chest. But before he can finish him off, Nika steps in, begging 47 to spare the officer's life. Surprisingly, he listens and walks away. But by the time the paramedics arrive, 47 and Nika have vanished. Later, furious with Nika for interfering, 47 gives her a stern warning. She promises never to cross him again. Meanwhile, Yuri pressures Mike and Jenkins to leave the country, but this only strengthens their resolve as they become more suspicious of Yuri's affairs. They're convinced now more than ever that Yuri is hiding something. What Yuri doesn't know is that the Interpol agents have planted a listening device on his jacket, listening to his every word. So, when Yuri receives a call from his superior, Mike and Jenkins listen as they hear Yuri's superior vent his frustration. He was furious that one man had left a trail of bodies, causing them massive trouble. Mike and Jenkins listen carefully and the call confirms their suspicions. Yuri is deeply involved in the entire scheme. Now in Moscow, 47 arranges a meeting with a CIA agent, taking every precaution. He offers them a deal. He'll carry out a mission for them in exchange for a favor. The CIA wants Audrey Belikov, the notorious trafficker and younger brother of Russian President Belikov, eliminated. Audrey is scheduled to meet a German arms dealer named Price in Istanbul, and 47 plans to use their unfamiliarity to his advantage. Arriving in Istanbul, 47 tracks down his target, Price, at a high-end restaurant. As a waiter delivers Price's drink, 47 discreetly slips a substance into it. Within moments, Price clutches his stomach and rushes to the restroom. Seizing the opportunity, 47 follows, but he is body searched by Price's men before allowing him in. Once inside, he retrieves the gun he had hidden inside the toilet tank and swiftly eliminates the guards. With no witnesses left, he injects Price with a lethal poison and vanishes, taking Nika with him. His next objective is Audrey Belikov's party. When he arrives, the security thoroughly searches him before granting him entry. However, Audrey quickly realizes that he is not the real Price. Grabbing a gun, he fires at 47, but the assassin is already prepared. In a calculated move, 47 throws his own weapon at Audrey before tossing a briefcase onto the table. It explodes and immediately throws the room into chaos. Amid the confusion, 47 seizes weapons from the table and systematically eliminates the criminals. Then, taking cover behind a pillar, he waits for the perfect moment before launching a grenade at one of Audrey's men. The explosion tears through the room, allowing 47 to calmly walk across the room. Finally, 47 approaches Audrey and executes him with a single shot to the head, a clear message to Belikov. As 47 and Nika grow closer, they drive towards the Russian-Turkish border as they sneak back into Russia. But 47 remains focused on his ultimate mission, eliminating Belikov. When their ride on the train ended, he bids Nika farewell, giving her instructions before disappearing once more. Meanwhile, at Interpol headquarters, Jenkins makes a chilling discovery. He finds a photo showing Belikov giving a political speech while another shows him at a restaurant at the exact same time. The realization is clear: there is a Belikov double. The imposter Belikov, now aware that 47 is still alive, summons Yuri and orders him to hunt down and kill the assassin. That night, as Yuri works in his office, the lights suddenly cut out. Sensing danger, he cautiously moves down the hallway to investigate. But before he can react, 47 emerges from the shadows and takes him hostage. When Yuri awakes, he finds himself bound with barbed wire in a bathtub filled with water. 47 then approaches and tells him that the wires are hooked up to a nearby generator. Also, there is a radio taped to his hand. 47 then presents a brutal ultimatum: order the execution of his friend, the fake Belikov, or face a painful electrocution. Yuri begs for mercy, but 47 remains unmoved and he walks away as Yuri screams for help, help that will never come. Meanwhile, at Audrey's funeral, security is airtight. Highly trained soldiers, including snipers, surround the area. Among the attendees are Interpol officers Mike and Jenkins, convinced that 47 will strike again. Despite their warnings, the Russian army commander refuses to take extra precautions. As Belikov steps up to deliver his speech, Yuri, still trapped and his time running out, finally cracks. He uses the radio to betray Belikov, giving the sniper new orders. The sniper takes the shot, but the bullet hits the bulletproof glass, failing to reach its target. Immediately, panic erupts. The soldiers rush to evacuate Belikov, filling the room with gas to subdue the civilians. Amidst the chaos, 47 makes his move. Disguised as a soldier, he knocks Belikov to the ground and then opens fire on the security team. Within moments, he takes down all the guards in rapid succession. As he fights his way through the building, he enters an empty room, only to be ambushed by another assassin. The two engage in an intense hand-to-hand fight. But 47, always one step ahead, overpowers his opponent, brutally breaking his arms and legs before finishing him off with a devastating stomp. Outside, Mike starts to put the pieces together. He notices writings and symbols on the cathedral that match a key he had recovered from 47's room. It suddenly hits him: this was all part of 47's plan. He urgently relays his discovery to the Russian soldiers, but it may already be too late. In the meantime, 47 interrogates Belikov's imposter inside the room and the truth finally comes out. The fake Belikov was the one who ordered the real Belikov's assassination and wanted 47 dead to tie up loose ends. As he becomes desperate to survive, he tries to bargain with 47, offering to let him go in exchange for his own life. But 47 isn't interested in deals. Killing Belikov was always part of his plan as he finally kills him. Seconds later, a helicopter emerges from behind and opens fire on the building. 47 swiftly takes cover until the chaos subsides. Then he walks back to the same chair where Belikov once sat and calmly surrenders, awaiting his inevitable arrest. As he is transported away, Mike can hardly believe he has finally captured the elusive Hitman. However, before they could progress with the journey, several vehicles blocked their path. The CIA arrives, led by the man with whom 47 had secretly negotiated. Amidst the resulting argument, confusion sets in, and by the time Mike realizes it, 47 has vanished once again. Frustrated, he is left stunned that once more, the Hitman has slipped through his grasp. The film then returns to Mike's house, where 47 shows him a corpse, another assassin he had eliminated. He instructs Mike to report that the Hitman has finally been taken down and also warns him never to search for him ever again. In the final scenes of the movie, 47 watches from a distance as Nika receives a magazine he sent her. Unknown to her, an assassin had been lurking on the rooftop, but 47 had eliminated the threat. Nika smiles, sensing that her guardian is still watching over her. And that wraps up the recap of the movie Hitman. If you enjoyed this recap, why don't you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our next recap? Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.